Taxes aren't optional, but they're also nowhere near as complicated as people make them sound. Most beginners either ignore their tax settings entirely, or they get so overwhelmed that they freeze and do nothing. Both of those are mistakes. The good news is there's a clear set of things that you actually need to handle on day one, and a whole list of things you don't need to worry about yet. Today I'm going to walk you through exactly what to set up in Shopify and what you can save for later. What's going on, everyone? My name is Eric Hunsaker, and here on this channel we cut through the fluff to help you build smarter Shopify stores and grow your e-commerce business. Let's break it down. The basic concept of sales tax. Now, before we touch a single Shopify setting, let's make sure the concept is clear. Sales tax is a tax on the end consumer, not on you as the business. You're the middleman. Your job is to collect it from the customer at checkout, hold it, and then send it to the right state government on a regular schedule. You're not paying this tax out of your own pocket. You're collecting it from the buyer and passing it along. If you set things up correctly in Shopify, the platform handles the calculation automatically at checkout. The customer pays the right amount for their state, and you track it all in your reports. That's the system. The part that gets complicated is figuring out which states you actually have to collect tax in. That's where Nexus comes in. Nexus explained simply. Nexus is just a fancy legal word for a connection to a state. If you have Nexus in a state, you're required to collect sales tax from buyers in that state. If you don't have Nexus, you don't have to collect anything. There are two types of Nexus that you need to know about. Physical Nexus is straightforward. If you have a physical presence in a state, you have Nexus there. That means your home, an office, a warehouse, an employee. For most drop shippers running out of their living room, you have physical Nexus in one state, the state where you live. That's it. That's the only state you need to worry about collecting tax in when you're just starting out. Economic Nexus is where it gets a little more involved. Even if you have no physical presence in a state, if you do enough business there, you hit what's called an economic nexus threshold. Once you cross that threshold, you're required to register and collect tax in that state too. The common threshold you'll hear is $100,000 in sales or 200 transactions in a single state in a calendar year. Most states follow some version of this. It's worth noting that as of January 2026, Illinois dropped the transaction count entirely and now only uses the $100,000 sales test. Other states may follow. So here's the practical takeaway. If you're just starting your store, you almost certainly have not hit economic nexus anywhere outside of your home state. So focus on your home state for now. Once your store is doing real volume, you can revisit this with a tax professional. What to do on day one. Now, if you don't already have a Shopify store and you're just looking to get your ducks in a row before you actually take off, well, now's a great time to go ahead and get started with Shopify. We've got a link for you down in the description where you get a free 3-day trial so you can set up all this tax stuff. And then after that, your first 3 months are just $1 each. Couldn't be simpler. So go ahead, click the link down below in the description and get signed in. All you need is an email address to get started. And once you're signed in, this is the dashboard. So you want to go to your Shopify admin, click settings, then click taxes and duties. That's your tax control panel. So the first thing you'll see is the United States section. Click on it and you'll see your states listed. Shopify will already have your home state identified based on the address that you entered when setting up the store. Make sure tax collection is enabled for that state. So here we see this United States right here. We can go ahead and click this, and here we are inside. And now we can go ahead and collect in a new state. I just skipped through the setup wizard, so I never set a state. I live in California, so I'll go ahead and set that up right now. There we go. Shopify uses automatic tax rates, which means it pulls the correct tax rate for each state, county, and city based on the customer's shipping address. You don't have to manually look up tax rates. Shopify handles all of that for you. This is one of the best features that the platform offers, and it's included in every single plan. Once tax is enabled for your home state, you're in good shape to start. That's genuinely it for day one. Walking through the Shopify tax settings screen. So let me walk you through what you're actually looking at in the settings, then taxes and duties, so nothing's confusing. So again, at the top, you'll see a section for the United States. Inside that, there's a registrations tab and a shipping tab. Under registrations, you can add each state where you're registered to collect tax. To add your home state, click collect sales tax, select your state from the dropdown, and enter your sales tax registration number. You get that number when you register with your state's revenue department. If you haven't registered yet, you'll need to do that first. Most states let you do it online in about 20 minutes. Once you've added a state, Shopify will automatically calculate and collect the correct tax rate for every customer in that state at checkout. The rate adjusts based on the customer's shipping address, since tax rates can vary by city and county. You can also turn on automatic tax calculation for all states where you have Nexus. Shopify's system monitors your sales volume and will alert you in the taxes section when you're approaching the threshold in any given state. That's your signal to start looking at registration requirements in that state. How Shopify calculates tax. Here's what actually happens at checkout once you've enabled tax collection. A customer in your state adds a product to their cart and starts checking out. They enter their shipping address. Shopify looks at that address, identifies the correct state, county, and city tax rate, and adds it to the order total automatically. The customer sees the tax as a separate line item before they pay. You don't do anything. The calculation happens in real time. The tax amount gets recorded in your order, and you can pull a report at any time to see how much tax you've collected, broken down by state. When it's time to file and remit your taxes to the state, you pull that report and pay the amount shown. Tax on shipping. Here's a wrinkle that trips people up. In most states, shipping is taxable. In others, it's not. Shopify handles this automatically based on the state's rules. You don't need to do anything special to account for it. But it's good to know that when a customer pays for shipping to a state that taxes it, Shopify will apply the appropriate rate to shipping as well. Now, if you're offering free shipping, this is a non-issue. But if you're charging for shipping, just know that the tax on shipping is being handled correctly behind the scenes for you. International orders and VAT. If you're selling internationally, the conversation shifts from sales tax to VAT, which stands for value-added tax. Now, many countries, especially in the European Union, require sellers to collect VAT on orders shipped to their customers. Shopify has a feature called Duties and Import Taxes that handles this. You'll find it in the same settings and taxes and duties section. When enabled, Shopify can calculate the applicable VAT, duties, and import taxes for international orders and collect them at checkout. This prevents your customers from being hit with unexpected import fees when their package arrives, which is a common reason for chargebacks and refusals on international orders. For most beginners focused on the US market, you don't need to touch this right away. But if you start seeing international orders or you actively want to sell into the EU or UK, enable it and let Shopify do the calculation work. So here we are in the settings, taxes and duties. We want to scroll down here and we want to go ahead and include sales tax in product price and shipping rate. So we'll go ahead and select that. We can go ahead and charge sales tax on shipping, and we go ahead and turn on charge VAT on digital goods. What not to do? So here are the mistakes I see most often with tax settings on Shopify. The first is collecting tax in states where you have no nexus. If you go into Shopify and turn on tax collection for every state by default, you'll be collecting money from customers that you have no legal obligation to remit, and you could create tax obligations in states you don't actually qualify for yet. Only enable collection in states where you have actual nexus. The second mistake is ignoring it entirely. Not collecting tax in a state where you have nexus, especially your own home state, is a real problem. States do audit online businesses. The liability, including back taxes and penalties, can add up fast. This is one of those things that's easy to set up correctly and painful to clean up if you don't. The third mistake is assuming that Shopify files taxes for you. Shopify collects and tracks. It does not file or remit. You are responsible for taking the collected tax and sending it to each state on whatever schedule that state requires. It's usually quarterly. When to hire an accountant versus handle it yourself. Now, for most beginners, handling your own tax settings in Shopify is pretty straightforward. Enable auto tax for your home state, register with your state's tax authority, and file quarterly. If your volume is low and you're only dealing with one state, this is super manageable on your own. Once you start hitting real volume, say $50,000 or more in monthly sales, and you're approaching economic nexus thresholds in multiple states, bring in a professional. A CPA or e-commerce tax specialist who works with Shopify sellers can set you up on a tool like TaxJar or Avalara, which automates multi-state filing. That's the point where the complexity justifies the expense and the potential liability justifies getting it right. So don't overthink it at the start. Get the basics in place, keep your records clean, and scale the complexity of your tax setup as your revenue grows. Getting started on Shopify. So if you're still setting up your store and you haven't launched yet, Shopify is offering a 3-day free trial and then just $1 a month for your first 3 months. It's over $100 saved compared to paying the full price. Gives you everything you need to set up your store, configure your tax settings, and start making sales. Links down in the description. So here's the short version. Sales tax is collected from customers, held by you, and sent to the state. You only collect where you have Nexus. On day one, that's your home state. Enable automatic tax collection in Shopify under Settings and Taxes and Duties. Enter your home state registration and let Shopify calculate the rates automatically. Shopify tracks the numbers. You file and remit on your state's schedule. Don't collect in states where you have no Nexus. And once your volume grows, talk to a tax professional before you're operating in multiple states. That's it. Super straightforward when you break it down into steps. Again, we've got that link for you for Shopify down in the description. This is an affiliate link, which means we do earn a small commission if you use it at no extra cost to you. But that's it for this video. I'm Eric from Shopify Mastery. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you here in the next video.